Hey everyone, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a $20 makeup challenge. Long time no challenge, right? If you'll remember back last summer, these were the super hot thing to do, very trendy on YouTube, and I myself did a few of them, and I really liked them because I felt like they were not only practical for those that just don't want to spend $20, but also, you know, part of the challenge, which is if you went somewhere and lost your luggage, lost all your makeup, and had to improvise for under $20. It's just practical on so many levels and fun. Who doesn't enjoy a good challenge? So the reason I stopped doing them is because not for a lack of drugstore things, but for a lack of drugstore products that would kind of fit in, because drugstore products have gotten a little bit more expensive lately. And so now over the past few months, or since I stopped doing them, I have acquired quite a bit more drugstore products. And so I want to try and mix and match and create more fun looks and combinations that you can achieve for under $20, because they are definitely out there and definitely achievable. So this is going to be the first in quite a few I hope to have in the future, and let's just get started. I'm going to start out with foundation today, and I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Coverall foundation, and this came out, I want to say December or January, so pretty much well after the $20 makeup challenge craze took YouTube, and so it's something new to be added to the mix. And it's also very affordable. I think it's $2.99. I don't know. As usual, I'll have all the prices annotated throughout the video, adding up to see what the total is and see if I go over 20, although I'm pretty sure I won't. I did a full review and demo of this when it came out, though, it and the powder foundation that came out along with it. So if you want to see that, I'll link to it in the info bar below. But I wasn't able to fit in a concealer with this budget, so I'm going to use it in my under eye area, just double up a little bit. Not so much that it gets cakey, obviously, that's not doing anyone any good, but just enough to cover up a little bit of the kind of pigmentation. I have sort of discoloration in my under eye area, just enough to cover that up. I also don't have a primer, so I'm going to be using that foundation to even out my skin tone, as well as a primer to help feature eyeshadow I put on stick. On my eyes, I'm going to be using this Jessie's Girl 9-Pan Eye Color Collection palette, which I've mentioned multiple times, raved about because I like it so much and it's so stinking affordable. This in particular is called The Eyes Have It. It's a bunch of gorgeous greens and browns, which I find enhances the neutrally brown undertones in my skin. It really brings them out. So even if you don't have a ton of color, if you know you haven't lost your winter pastiness yet or gained some summer color, this will help bring out those warmer tones in your skin. So now I'm going to zoom you into the eyes. Pretty justified. Now I'm going to use see there's a pointed and a blunt end. I'm going to use the blunt end to go into this olivey shade right here. And I'm just putting that all over the eyelid, the moving part of the eyelid. I'm going to take the lightest blue right here, and again that tapered tip, the side that I didn't just put in that dark green, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner with that. Just really subtly. These are beautiful pigmented shadows, but frankly I don't want a blue that shade in my inner corner, and it kind of defeats the purpose of creating this warm bronzy look because it is cool. But it is kind of the lightest highlight shade, unless I'm going for this lime green here, but I want something a little brighter and a little frostier. So that's what I'm using in this inner corner, but I'm really not building it because I just want that subtle pop. Now in the crease, I'm moving over to this dark chocolate brown here on the end, and I'm using, again, the blunt side, the other side of that paddle brush thing. I'm just going to go right in with the same side that I was using in the green, because I don't mind that those get muddled, and I want to keep a clean side just to be on the safe side of things in case I want to use it in another lighter color. And I'm placing that in my crease, in my outer corner here, kind of creating that V, and up into the crease. And using my finger to blend it out, because you really still do want a diffused crease, even if you don't necessarily have the tools to do it. Alright, so I'm also going to use the tapered end of that the sponge tip applicator, and I'm putting it again in this deep dark brown, and this is only going to work if you have hair that is my color or brows that are my color, I'm going to use this to fill my eyebrows in just a little bit. This is not a very shimmery shade, so that is why it works for me, at least as a brow color, because if it were terribly shimmery, satin, anything like that, probably wouldn't try and put this in my brows. But because it's fairly matte, I'm gonna just lightly put it in there, because to me, nothing polishes a look off like a brow. And so even if you can just fake a filled in or slightly defined brow, it makes all the difference in the world to me. I mean, just between the two brows now, I haven't even done anything too drastic with this one, and it just looks a little bit more put together and polished. Just make sure you aren't using the green shade, because then, yeah, it might look less than natural. Unless that's what you're going for, and then carry on. Now I'm moving on to liner. I'm so happy I was able to get a liner in here. This is a liquid liner from NYC. I think it is just called their liquid liner in the shade 887 or black. And it has a nice long tip here. I'm glad I found this because I think it's right on par in price with Wet n Wild's liquid liner, but it has a different applicator. This is a brush tip applicator, and I think the Wet n Wild is a felt tip, which I personally do not like. I find it a little too rough around my lash line, which I'll totally deal with if I have to, but if I can find a brush app, a more gentle brush applicator, I'm all over it. Now I need to be quiet so I can actually line my eyes. Last for the eyes is mascara. This is NYC's Sky Rise Lengthening Mascara. I don't think I've used this before. I can't remember. It's been ages if I have. But it is affordable, so I figured I would put it in here. I don't think I have used this here. It really does lengthen. This is NYC's Smooth Skin Bronzer that I've been using a lot of lately, and no brushes, unfortunately, as it goes with this challenge. So I'm just using my finger and placing it in there, and honestly, placing it right where my contour would be and blending upwards onto my cheekbones. So while I'm putting it underneath my cheekbones to contour, I'm also going to place it on my temples, basically where I place all of my bronzing products. Temples, down the sides of my nose, just really subtly, since we don't have anything super precise, just our finger. I'm just placing that down the side of my nose, and then, as I have been recently, right underneath my chin, blending that out into the jawline. Last are the cheeks and lips. As with a lot of these looks, you gotta do some double duty with the cheeks and lips, so I'm using the shade is Bloom. This is NYX's lip liner pencil in the shade Bloom, which is just this pink, gorgeous pink shade. And for the cheeks, I'm going to first put it on my finger. It'll be nice. This is nice to warm it up. That way you're not just putting it like straight on your cheek and then having to blend it out. This ugh, my words today. I'm just going to show you and quit talking. So I'm actually don't even want that much. Taking it off. I'm also not going to make it too extreme on the lips, but I do want you to know it's there. So I'm just going to fill them in and then blend it out with my finger. So there's that. This can get much bolder than that, and I could create like nice and clean lines. These are very capable of that, but I kind of like the way this looks with the bronze or, green gold eyes and a softer lip. So you could easily go bolder, but I am not going to. And the nice thing about picking a pencil is A, it's affordable, but B, it is also going to stay longer than, say, a gloss or a tinted lip balm or something like, something like that. This is going to last a little bit longer. So that is actually all, I think, for this look. So that is the finished look. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I made it under the $20 line. I guess we'll see like right here. And I really hope that you enjoyed actually learning how to create this look, because I personally think it's a great everyday, I would wear this if I had $20 or not. These are just great products that I would use every day to create a look that I love. And that kind of gives you that summertime, it's getting into that summertime bronzy feel. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy these $20 challenges, because I am planning on doing quite a few more. Let me know in the comments section if you'd like to see a particular kind of look, whether it's going out or natural or something to that effect, or if you'd like to see a specific product used. I think that's it from me. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!